This project is a proof of concept, which is to determine the best fit for electric weed control within Australian systems. And the machine that you can see mounted on the tractor behind us in this image is what we've been using to do that. So it's produced by the German company Zasso, and we've been in collaboration with AgXtend Europe. And we're currently still testing how this machinery will work in Australian systems here. And it's not actually yet certified for commercial use. However, it's likely to be certified in the next couple of years. So our setup is what you can see behind me that we're using in this project here. It's mounted on the front of the tractor. We have our XPU applicator, which is designed for urban and industrial weed control. And then on the back, we have the XPS applicator, which is designed for vineyards and orchards. And the reason we've chosen these two applicators is actually due to their suitability for trial work. So how it works is that we have the rear-mounted power unit, which converts the PTO power into high-voltage current. And then this high-voltage current is then transferred to the applicator unit, which contains the electrodes. So then as the tractor moves forward, the electrodes actually wipe over the top of the weeds and transfer the high-voltage current to them. And inside the plant, this current then transforms into heat energy, which bursts the cells in both the roots and the shoots, and kills the weeds or suppresses its growth. The current then continues down into the soil, and another row of electrodes of the opposite charge then pull the current back up, which closes the circuit. So while this current is transferred down into the soil, we've actually found that there's been no effect on the soil biology as far as we're concerned. So the effects of the trials from the first year of this project here, we've found that electric weed control is very effective at controlling the weeds. So immediately after application occurs, we can see that there is a difference in the weed population. So you get that immediate darkening effect as the cells burst. And then also we see the complete death of the weeds about 2 to 3 weeks later. However, as with your herbicide applications, the efficacy of electric weed control is optimised under certain environmental conditions. And DPIRD has been analysing these different conditions in our trials this year within the project. So specifically, we've found that broadleaf weeds tend to be easier to control than your grasses. And this is likely due to the morphological differences. And specifically, your broadleaf species have a greater leaf surface area, which is likely increasing the rate of electrode contact compared to the grasses. And grasses also often have multiple growth points or grow in clumps, as you can see with the windmill grass in the image. And that can often shield parts of the plant and allow for regrowth to occur from the undamaged sections. So that's what you can see occurring where we've had the windmill grass had the application, and on your right-hand side, you can see that it's continued to grow from those undamaged sections there. However, this effect is actually dependent on the speed of application, so that alters the amount of electricity that is delivered to the weeds, and that's similar to reducing your rate of herbicide that you would be applying. So, for example, in the right-hand image, you can see that electric weed control was applied at 4 kilometres per hour, that the broadleaf species were actually effectively removed, while the grass species remained and were relatively undamaged. However, when the application speed was lowered to 2 kilometres per hour, almost all of the weeds were removed from the plot. Soil moisture was also predicted to influence the efficacy of electric weed control, as damp topsoil may lead to the current dissipating out into the soil rather than actually travelling down the root system. However, we've actually found in our trials that there's been no impact occurring, but we will continue to investigate that into next year as well. So overall, we can see that there's an immediate application for this new technology within Australian agricultural systems, and we'll keep investigating it into the current years, but initial results are looking promising with efficacy comparable to your herbicide applications. So thank you for listening to the snapshot.